What's going on, everyone? Jack here from Half Chrome. Today I want to talk about this. This is the Eachine AE65 Anniversary Edition. It's a little tiny whoop with some powerful 0802 22,000 kV motors. It's got an F4 flight controller with the VTX integrated in there, so it's super light. And at first glance, it looks a whole lot like this guy, the Mobula6. Now, there are some key differences, and I want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about, why might you want this one? Maybe do you want the Mobula6? Really, it's hard to go wrong with tiny whoops like these. Stay tuned. Alright, so before I get too deep into the breakdown, let me just say I like both of these drones, and they both have some pros and cons to them. So it's kind of hard to make a wrong choice. That said, if you don't have an indoor tiny whoop, you're going to want one, and these are probably the place to start. Now, they're good for flying indoors, not the best for flying outside, just because they are so light. Now, if you can find a windless day, then, that's a little bit different. But whoops are fun, and you're going to want one. Let's break down these two to figure out which one is best. Okay, so let's talk about the Eachine AE65 Anniversary Limited Edition whoop and how it compares to some other whoops, specifically the Mobula6. The Mobula6 is my favorite whoop. I love this thing. And this is so very similar that, it's a natural comparison. Now, I like whoops, and like I said, Mobula6 is my favorite. But, you can see I've flown some others. I love the Tiny Hawks. I love the EMAX stuff. But they're kind of different. They're a little bit bigger. A lot of these you can fly 1 or 2S, so that's cool. I've got this. This is a Caddx Vista whoop from Gep RC Thinking, it's called. It's cool. And then this is the URUAV UZ85 that you got to put together. It's a nice deal for $75. But when it comes down to it, I like these super light 1S whoops like the Mob6 and the AE65, right? So this AE65 is the new kid on the block. How does it stack up to the Mobula6? Well, pretty darn well. I mean, they're super comparable, very similar. So let's talk about what makes them different. First, the motors, right? These are Eachine branded 0802 22,000 kV motors, right? The Mob6 are 0802, they're Happymodel, same thing, 19,000 kV, or you can get it 25,000 kV. So they've kind of split the difference with this guy. So it's got some punch, maybe not quite as much as the 25, but a little bit more than the 19. So there's that. The Canopy style is different. Definitely, I'm going to give the edge to the AE65. This is a better Canopy, hands down. It also holds a different camera. This is the Caddx Ant. I like it. Neither one of them are the world's greatest cameras, but it's really good. You can actually adjust the camera with a little controller they give you. So if you want to change some settings on it, you can. But it isn't quite as prone to jello as the camera here on the Mob6. The other thing that is different, it has this Eachine ET 2.0 connector, which is supposed to be better. Think of like the BT 2.0. No, it's not interchangeable with that. I think GNB made these connectors, or at least the first start. So, it is a better connector, but I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. So why is this connector, which, you're not going to have voltage sags, not better? Well, if you've got a lot of 1S batteries, you don't have a lot of them with these connectors. And these connectors are really, it's just a super tight fit. You really got to push it to get it in there, and you really got to pull to get it apart. And actually, I broke a battery getting it apart. So, that's definitely, in my eyes, not a bonus. So yeah, I could swap that out, and I probably will, because, I only have 3 of these batteries. Comes with 4, right? They're 250 milliamp hour batteries, whereas the Mob6 ships with 300 milliamp hour batteries. And you're going to get about 3 minutes of flight time. right? That's what I'm getting. You know, that's not super great. I prefer a larger battery with a little bit more flight time. So again, edge to the Mob 6, you know, but you know, they're both super nimble. I think the Mobula 6 is maybe a little bit more stable, but I've also been flying it more, kind of tweaked it a little bit. So there's that. I'll have to play around with this. So yeah, this is really nice. Other things that kind of set it apart. This carrying case, it comes with it. It's really nice. You get an extra set of props, some tools and stuff. Like I said, this is the controller to adjust settings on the camera. You get a nice battery charger. You can charge up to 6 batteries, you know, PH 2.0 or this ET 2.0. And even here you can see I kind of broke one of those because it was so hard. They don't fit well. They don't fit well in these things, so it's a tight fit, so you got to keep that in mind. So that is nice. And of course the drone fits really nicely in there. So, you know, if you're thinking, gosh, do I want this? You know, it's I think it's 105. No, it's $100 with the SPI receiver. You can actually get it with a Nano Crossfire installed or an RXSR receiver or a FlySky receiver, but you know, that adds weight, and it's already a tiny bit heavier than the Mobula 6. So let's get it on the scales. And when drones are this small, that tiny bit of weight matters. 22 grams, 22, 21 we'll call it, versus 20. You know, 1 gram doesn't seem like a lot, but I actually added something here to keep the batteries in because it was starting to kind of get loose. So $90 for the Mob 6, about $100 for this guy. You know, hey, you choose. Which do you think is the way to go? That's up to you. Either way, I'm flying all of them now with this. Look at that sweet radio. Radio Master Chicks. Look at all that half-chrome bling. Love it. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Hopefully that helps you decide. You know, you're not sure, or what should you get? Well, you know, I think you should get whatever is on sale, whatever is the best deal for you, because I like them both. Hard to go wrong either way. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful. If it was, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. If you got a question, please ask. And if you haven't already, check us out on halfchrome.com, where we have everything from FPV to photography. Hey, good luck and happy flying.